I don't know about you, but I'm ready to go to the seaside.
Well, that's a good idea. And we've got a new collection just for that. It's called Seaside, and wait to see it.
Lots of good things, lots of new techniques. Please join us. Come play with us. Join me at the seaside, and here are the elements that we're going to be playing with.
We're totally bringing it to you, and it's so beautiful. I love the papers, ribbons. We've got Dazzles, foiled fancies.
Right, let's start with the papers, of course. Seaside is our theme, and you're going to get 12 papers, double-sided. You'll get ideas on the packaging because we're hot off the press and we're all about giving you creativity. And here is the first one, and you can see it's got a top and bottom border and this whole collage of all things seashore and nautical.
You've got maps going on, and this is just a beautiful, another layered collection of papers.
Very fun. That's the bottom border, and then we'll go up to the top and you can see all of those pieces. Now the second sheet is going to be that netting, but not just the netting. Look at all the words. It's also kind of been inked for you around the outside edge.
Right, so it's got that nice halo look to it.
It does, and it almost has a watermark look to it also. And then we have a all over, I love this. Just love this.
Very nautical.
Very fun.
And kind of old-fashioned too.
Very much so. Now there is this in the salmon color. And
mermaids.
There's going to be and seahorses and lighthouses and shells. Right. There's going to be another one also. Then our border is full of shells and swirls and netting and
sea
text.
Stars. Starfish.
Very fun.
Beautiful.
Now this is a kind of looks like floral, but as we get in, you're going to see those are shells.
More seashells.
Yes, very fun in a blue, and then we also have it in more of the colors.
I love
we've
that.
Got that salmon, and even the borders are seashells.
Right.
So very fun. We'll flip them over and quickly go through the next set, and you can see that this has got that textured look.
Kind of like an old painted boat.
There is, we had it in the salmon, now we've got it in the blue. This has got, it's kind of wood look, but with these kind of tattoos on the edges.
Ooh, nice.
This is that seashell flower look in the gray and the salmon color. This is just beautiful. It's a very muted back, but isn't that gorgeous? Great big seashell going on there. And then we have another one with, look at this aged wood.
Now there's that old boat look, or the dock.
Gorgeous.
Yes. It's nice. I really like that. Plus you've got these beautiful ribbons to go with it. You're going to get 12 ribbons, 36 inches each, and they're all going to match that beautiful theme. So you've got like nice light watercolor blues and ivories. You've got brown, you've got that glitter velvet ribbon, a nice gingham there. You've got stitched, you've got nice 1/8 inch grosgrains and shears. Great ribbons are going to match that. Oh, you're also going to, you're going to get 11 of those 36-inch ribbons, but you're also going to get 2 types of twine, so that makes 13 all together, and that is 72 inches each on those twines.
Before you scoot those away, let me flip it back over, and I just want to point out how these buttons work just so perfectly. This is called Coral Reef.
Even the name.
Even the name works. It's just sort of amazing. It's just like we were thinking of each other.
Buttons, sequins, you've got pearls in there, even some beads.
Very fun. So all of that. And something that's very fun is our mermaid dazzles, and we're introducing them here with our Seaside collection. And you can see they're in this mirror teal color, and there are multiple mermaids.
Love that gold edging on there too. It's really beautiful.
Show it to you. Just gorgeous.
Very unique.
We've got kelp, we've got fishes, we've got
seahorses,
all
waving
over.
Hello, it says.
And then to go with this collection, we have our new foiled fancies. There are 24 words, and you can see they're really a substantial size.
Super fun. Here's right off the bat, I want to put that on the center of a card right there. Easy to do.
Okay.
24 of these foiled die cuts, and they are foiled and embossed. So you're getting that raised edge, so super easy to sand, to ink. I'll show you that real quick.
Right, now let's get into some projects. So here is our first, and there is our little mermaid swimming along in the seaside papers.
That. So you've got those collage style papers already in the background, but if you can choose one and cut out separate elements from those and then add them to the bottom of your card. I love that look.
See, we've added the sequins with the mermaid dazzles, so very.
And this mermaid, her hair was backed on cardstock, on brown cardstock, so that gives you a good look there.
And she's waving hello, so that
Bubbles
works nicely.
Floating everywhere with those sequins. Those sequins are added. It's nice too.
And here's one of the scrapbook pages, and you can see using that border and taking another of the papers and tearing it and letting that go into the center and really focusing that area, the dazzles. Now this is an older set of dazzles. These are the seashells, but we're really bringing them in here because they go so well with the seaside.
Right.
And I love this wave going along the twill. I think that's just quite brilliant.
Right on the ribbon, yeah, that's a great look. But there's a couple of things we want to look at here real quickly. So we've got the dazzles, super easy to back on those papers. I know you've seen me do this. You just put the dazzles right onto your piece of paper, take your scissors, and you're just going to cut along the edge of that dazzle. Just let it follow the line. It's so easy to back a dazzle that way, and when you're done, you've got a separate piece like that. But we're also using the seashells cutting dies here.
And here's what it looks like. You get two of the cutting dies. You can really see that this is a very substantial size. It's 4 1/8 inches long, and then you get the regular, you know,
that little scallop seashell down at the bottom. And this one on this page has been cut with the hammered gold paper, so you get a nice textured look.
Right, the hammered gold is an 8.5 by 11 inch paper, and you can see it just does a beautiful job.
It does. So I've got some ink. I've got a Stays On, a Timber Brown ink here. I've got my little cosmetic wedge. Take a little bit of that off, and you can just add a little bit of color just to the edges like that, and it really gives it a lot more dimension really quickly. Now back that on the orange papers and you get the look you see here.
There you go, right there. So you can just do so much adding in our little mermaid. And I like the idea of just these little dazzles along the border of the photo. I think that does just a really nice job. And I don't know that I mentioned just knotting that that twill in the center, just really easy. We sometimes focus on bows, but knots are just perfect. Now we're going to go into another card and a couple of more nautical things that we brought from Kaiser Craft. They do these wood pieces, and there are 35 in this nautical collection. You can see the anchor, the lighthouse, words, knots, all over there.
Just a really fun collection, so add what you like. I love the addition of that lighthouse. So nothing had to be done to that. It was just glued in place, and then a little pearl was added on top.
For the light.
That's a cute look.
There's our foiled fancy right there, wishes. And then here is another collage with our die-cut seashell and our dazzle seashells.
Right. So just to point out real quick, you remember the foiled fancies come linked together. If you haven't seen this before, there are little tabs that link them together, and you just cut them apart. And I've got my pair of my well-used scissors here. Cut those apart, cut off those little tabs. Now you can use that just the way it is. That can be seen really well, or we can sand it. So I've got a sanding block, and I'm just flat on that word. I just start going in little circles, and it just takes off that gold finish off of the raised area. And so now it takes it down to that silver core. Now that's another step where you can leave it like this, or add a little bit of ink, and I'm just going to sort of pounce it around the edges. I think maybe I'll pick it up, that makes it a little easier. I think I would keep it close to the edges, and just adding that, it's just such a nice look. If you add a little bit too much ink, you can use a little rubbing alcohol to take some of that off again.
Is that Stays On you're using?
This is Stays On, and so I love that nice tarnished weathered look.
And there it is again on your card, so that's all ready for you. Scrapbookers, here is another page, and this is really taking that smile you wanted to put on a card. Well, how about a scrapbook page? And there, you make me smile, so that's also the foil fancies.
You've got those little wood elements. There's 35 of them. You've got a lot you can use. I add the words there, discover and explore. They're just great with that set.
Now this is the other die cut, and
so the larger
cutting die, and that's been done out of the gold ripple. And look at that. Doesn't that great? You almost see the ocean waves just rippling over, even though it's in gold.
Yeah, just back it on some of those papers, and you've got several little seashells going on here. Nice little collage collection.
Now this is the Dazzles, and it has been backed with the Silver Sparkles holographic. So you can see that we're really into gold, the hammer gold, the holographic, the ripple.
And add some of the buttons and from the lilac green buttons.
You can just see that, just works so beautifully. Down here, another little collection. So you can choose to do that or not as time allows. We've taken those waves again that were on the twill and just edged the bottom of our page and added some ribbon, just some bits and pieces from the collection. And this is the blue rosette collection of flowers. So you can see adding those there.
So adding flowers to a Seaside page, no problem. It looks great.
Yeah, no problem at all.
And these can work masculine or feminine. They can be used for so many different things.
Now, well, we also like taking our papers and using them on other surfaces. And really happy that we have these little blank journals. And you can see that the front is, well, you can't see, but it's chipboard. And these are lined. They also come blank, but they've got the wire binding.
Right. And all you have to do is cut a piece of paper to fit on the front, just like that. You don't have to worry about going all the way through to where those holes are. Just stop that paper right here. And then it's really nice to add a nice border dazzles right there to seal that edge, sort of.
And you can create your own little underwater scene. And I think that's just really nice.
And those are with the die cuts, using the cutting dies to create those die cuts from cardstock, backing with paper.
And I don't think I've seen this before, of just tying multiple ribbons onto the wire binding. I like that. And just
kind of halfway down. That's a really sweet look. It's more collage-y style. Hey, maybe that's like seaweed and you're kind of under the water.
You're trying to, okay.
Tying it in.
I think this is a good idea. If you're going somewhere special, do take a moment to have something like this and jot down things that happen during the days.
Right.
It's hard to remember when you get back, and so that's really nice to do. So you can see that our Seaside has lots of options.
Lots of different uses. Great scrapbooking. You can do cards. These are just fun, and it's kind of a different look. I really like it.
And it's the right season.
Yeah.
So much to show you we forgot. This is the free download at paperwishes.com. You can go to the Seaside collection and you'll see it there.
Download it as many times as you want, print it as many times as you want, and then you've got these nice little labels that you can add your Dazzles to, just like that, or you can do computer printing on. Check out our 101 site if you don't know how to computer journal on one of these, and we'll show you how to do it.
Now we're done.